Richie, I'm going to put you on the spot as our resident meteorologist for the Bahamas right now. What's the weather like in Paradise?
As you can tell, there's just so much sun. It's a little different than Utah, and so you can expect a lot of sun and a lot of just clear skies. It's Paradise.
Great stuff. What's the best thing that you've done there thus far?
Had to be the ocean because get this. So it's all business. This is all a business trip, right? But we had 2 hours that we could go on and we could go have some fun. So like we went on some of the slides and went to the beach. It's just like it's incredible, you know. Like it's what is it? It's November, but we're in the sun, so I can't complain.
Fantastic. You deserve those 2 hours. Come on. It probably should be 4 hours, but whatever. You know, you take what you can get.
We'll take the 2, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Okay. So water slides and some sunshine and seeing the ocean aside, you said it's about business. It's about basketball. What are you expecting to accomplish in the Bahamas with a BYU team that's still trying to figure some things out?
No, we're here to win. There's no question about it. You know, like regardless of the different aspects, like we're here to win, and we have full expectation and potential to do that. So it starts Wednesday with USC, and we're ready for them. We're just super excited to be here and to have that opportunity to win.
Let's get into the game plan a little bit with USC specifically. What type of a team are they, and how does BYU match up with the Trojans?
Yeah, you know, they're a very historically like talented team, and it's no different this year. They have a couple of high-level guys that we are gonna really be ready for, and have to just know where they are at all times on defense. But they're a team that's going to push it and they're going to play hard. And so in order to handle that, we have to meet that toughness and meet that intensity and even excel, you know.
Sure. What does USC do best from a basketball standpoint? Is it rebounding? Is it disruption on defense? Is it length and athleticism, scoring? What do you feel like they do best?
They crash really hard and they pass very, very well. They have, again, a couple guys who we'd have to know when they pick the ball up or when they have the ball even. We have to know that our guys that we're guarding are going to be back cutting. They're going to be and looking for the ball. And so the two things that I'd say is awareness and rebounding, being able to box them out.
Richie Saunders is with us on BYU Sports Nation. Did they compare to any of the 4 previous teams you have played against this season? If so, who are they similar to?
Yeah, there's a lot of different similarities. I'd say San Diego State is definitely the closest, playing really hard, and even Nicholls State, where going into that game, we knew that they would be reaching and they'd be fouling and just super, super aggressive. And there's no different with USC.
After such a taxing and really challenging game against Nicholls, where a lot of emotion and energy is expended, and then you got to travel, you know, I don't know how long you're on a plane, but I mean, we're talking like 2,500 miles or something like that. You make a long trip, you show up in the Bahamas. How's the team energy and your conditioning? How is that right now?
Super good. You know, like telling you those 2 hours, we love it. We've loved it. But more than that, honestly, is like we just, I think we've gotten a lot closer this trip, and even just the 48 hours that we've been here already, like the energy is good. We're with each other all the time, and just to be in a different environment is, I think, super, super good for the team chemistry.
If you beat USC, I'm calling for more water slides. Okay. In between games. I don't even care. I don't even care. Like, you go to the water slides if you beat USC, and that's 100%. What it takes.
I agree. 100%. I can get behind that.
All right. We got Richie Saunders of BYU basketball again joining us from the Bahamas. Where is the source of your energy, Richie? Because you talk to anybody about you and it's like, dude, that guy never stops. So where does that energy come from, Richie?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever actually been asked that. But I think, like, of course, the root is my dad. Like, he's taught me how to work, and my mom as well has taught me how to work. And you know, like, that's just one of the things that I owe to them is just being able to get out there and like I've mentioned to you a couple of times, like my dad just has always told me that like you just need to work and just work now and work now and work now and stuff will fall into place. And while there's just so many different parts of my game that I'm working on and I have so much growth that needs to happen, like that's one thing that like I can at least control right now.
As a young player, and now you're growing into the core of this team, Coach Pope is relying on you more to bring that energy and to rebound, but you're still a freshman. What is it that you want to work on the most and refine as you push forward in your BYU career at this point?
It's defense. Like there's no way around it that is like that's key to getting on the court. And just like I look up to Spencer Johnson like none other in that regard, because he just has found a way to always just be solid and be in the spot where the coaches can trust him. And I hope to be able to get into that spot of trust on the defensive end. It's something that I've worked super hard, and it's because I've worked super hard on, but it's still there's so much work that needs to be done. And you know, Coach Shork, our strength coach, has spent hours on hours with me working with my feet and on the just so I can just move in the correct way, like Spencer. But that's for sure. Yeah.
You have a unique relationship with Fousseyni Traore because you both played at Wasatch Academy, and he was very excited when you were coming back from your mission. You're going to get on the roster. When did that relationship begin, and what's that relationship like now?
Yeah, you know, like he's my little brother. Like, you know, we fight like little brothers or like brothers, and you know, like when he came to America, there's kind of two host families, the Zentners and then my family, that are there were his host families. And as I went to Wasatch, me and him shared a room with the Zentners for like 3 months, and then transitioned to him living with my family. And that was now like it's almost been, I don't know, like almost 5 years, which is crazy. But that's what it's like. Now it's super fun to be on the court with him and be able to just play and do something that's brought us together and be able to do it together, you know.
You say you fight like brothers. Is there something that he does that really bugs you, or something you do that really bugs him?
I don't know if this is good for public air, but you know, there's plenty of different things. We spend a lot of time with each other, and so we know the little buttons to push. And
you're chewing your cereal too loud, Foos.
Like, yeah, it's funny. Like that's just how it is. And me, as I have only sisters, like it's been a super unique experience for me to have that, have him in my house and be able to have a brother. You know, it's been super life changing, and he's a big example to me. You know, like he really is just has highest integrity in every situation and super true to what he believes in, and it's motivated me to try to be a better person. Seriously.
Oh, I love that. When you look at, again, the core of young players, when I watch you and Dallin Hall and Tanner Toolson and even Foos when he was a freshman, now Atiki, he's still an underclassman for crying out loud. Like, you expect guys to maybe play scared or play tentative, be a little nervous. I don't get that feeling from any of you in that regard. And the moment does not seem too big. Why is that? Why do you feel prepared even young in your careers at BYU?
Well, what I know, at least for the three of us who've returned missionaries, like besides the fact that we've had 20-something years of growing up and preparation for this moment, like one of the biggest takeaways I've had from my mission is, is just the ability to just have grit to get through and to, every day you have to get up and you have to face the day again. And, I see that translating super well into on the court. And I know that for Foos and Atiki, like they've had so many obstacles to overcome in order to get to this spot. But I also think in addition is like practice. Like we're going against super good guys every day in practice. And that preparation has been key for me at least.
What's it like for you to compete for Coach Pope and this staff right now?
I love it. I love it. Like I seriously do. I love just the passion and the way that they go about coaching. Everything from the individual workouts with Coach Cahill that are just unlike any individual workouts that I've ever had. Like we do what we need to work on. And it's a super unique, for some reason it's been unique experience, but it's been like just super incredible.
As you prepare for USC and then who knows beyond, I mean, these multi-team events are so unique that way. How do you stay in the moment, not knowing who you're going to play after USC and not get too overwhelmed about game prep for all of these potential different opponents?
Hey, luckily that's more on the coaches. I don't know how they do that, but for us, like we talk all day, like or every day we talk about being present and focusing on the right now. And it's just an opportunity to exercise that and to just really try hard to be in the moment and not to worry about what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day, who we're going to play, but to really focus in on the now and who we're playing right now.
All right. As we finish up, I need to ask you about the Thanksgiving holiday. What do you expect Thanksgiving dinner to be like in the Bahamas while you balance basketball games?
Yeah, I'm super excited to see how that goes. I don't know. Maybe they got some turkey rolling around here, but it's definitely going to be a little different. We already got Christmas music playing all over the resort we're at and stuff, and so I'm just super excited. But it's definitely always tough to be away from my family, but I know they're cheering for me and cheering for all of us, even if it is across the country or whatever. So.
A couple of quick hitters for you. You mentioned Christmas music is already playing. Are you a Christmas music before Thanksgiving Day?
I am. Don't tell my mom. Hope she's not watching this. I am. I really am. I think Christmas music is good almost year round.
Okay. I love it. I love it. And then what's your favorite Thanksgiving Day dish?
Man, rolls. I got to go with the rolls. And my mom makes this super good homemade jam that you put on the homemade rolls, and it's incredible. So I'm just hoping that they're saving me some,
Hey, Mama Saunders, save some of those homemade rolls.
Seriously, listen to
for Richie. He's coming home soon enough. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma to go and compete well in the Bahamas, Richie. We congratulate you on what you've accomplished through 4 games thus far, and we appreciate the time. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and good luck against the Trojans.
Right, appreciate it, Spencer. Thank you.